and welcome to my channel. Oh my goodness, I have not done a makeup related video in so long. So today I wanted to show you guys my foundation routine. Does anybody like foundation out there? I feel like out of all products, I really enjoy looking for foundations. I can have the best foundation in the world, and then when I go to Sephora, I will look at foundations. Like, something about foundations just has a special place in my heart. The past few months, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my skin, girl, like, it has just been cray-cray. I have been breaking out and I have started to get drier. My whole life I have been very oily, like acne prone, oily skin. Nowadays I feel like I'm starting to get a little more dry. I'm still oily though, but I'm getting a little more dry. Kind of a crazy ride lately, just trying to find what's gonna work for this face right here. After exploring and trying all these new different things, I have finally went back to an old favorite foundation of mine. So hopefully this foundation routine video is helpful for you guys, because I know sometimes your foundation looking good just pulls together your whole look. Don't you agree, girl? Alright, so I'm just gonna start by clipping my hair up, and excuse how pale I look right now. I know, I look like a ghost. If you hear some noise, that is my rabbit doing its rabbit thing, okay? So ignore that. Starting with my primer, I've been really liking this one. This is the Hourglass. This brand only has 2 primers, and this is the white one, okay? This one is really good for oily skin or people with pores. And what I really like about it is that although it is expensive, it costs an arm and a leg, the good thing about it is that you really only have to use a very small amount. So I use 1 pump, like that much. And I just like to dot it where I need it. It's white, but surprisingly, it does help conceal redness. You know how there are the green primers out there that conceal redness? This one is white, but it does its thing. The texture of it is so smooth, like it just glides on. It's not like a silicone feel, but it's just like a very matte lotion type of feel. By the way, I know a lot of you have been wondering why my forehead be hella dark. And my only explanation for that is that your forehead sticks out. So whenever the sun shines on your face, because your forehead protrudes out, it blocks the rest of your face from getting dark. I don't know. I'm just making this shit up right now, but hey, I think that's the reason why. So a drugstore dupe would be something like this. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I had this primer for so many years now. I would say something like this would be a good alternative if you don't want to splurge on like a more high-end product. Also, I forgot to mention what I primed my face with. So before I applied my primer, I already put on my skincare products. I just primed my face with my Murad Active Radiance Serum, and then I used my Essential C Day Moisturizer by Murad, and it has SPF of 30, so that is my SPF of the day. Now moving on to concealer, I do really like this one. I'm just gonna pop this under my eye like this. So I'm just gonna blend it in with a beauty blender. My beauty blender looks dirty. I washed it already, but some of the product is still stuck in there. I'm just going to pat this in like that. So once that is all patted in, I like to conceal whatever I needs to conceal. The concealer I really like for covering up scars and things like that is this Nars Creamy Concealer, I believe. And the color I have is medium 1 custard. And I'm just gonna kind of dot it where I need it. I take a brush like this, something that is super dense, because I find that this really helps push the product in. So I'm just gonna go to that spot and slowly work my way out. This concealer is actually slightly dark for me right now. You might notice that it's a little dark, but it's okay. Once I put on my foundation, it will kind of smooth everything out. Now for my foundation, I have really been liking this foundation. I used it before, like years ago, but for some reason I just stopped using it. It is a very pricey foundation, I must say. I think it's somewhere in between $50 to $60, which is really ridiculously expensive to me, but this is seriously a very unique foundation. I have never used a foundation that I've liked this much. A foundation seriously lasts me like months. If you are looking for a drugstore dupe, this is not like the perfect dupe, but But if you want something that has full coverage, is mattifying, and doesn't break you out, one that I really do like from the drugstore is this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. It doesn't give you the exact same natural finish as this Hourglass Immaculate foundation, but it still is really nice, but just not as nice as this one. But if you don't want to splurge, then I would say this is a pretty good option. Okay, so what I like to do, I just give it a little shake. I like to pump it on the palm of my hand. I'm going to take my finger, get in there, and dot it where I need it. I always make sure I get my jawline, make sure I get my forehead, temples, side of my nose. So after that, I'm going to take a brush like this. Any dense brush will do the job. So I just like to start swirling. Just really work the foundation in. You want it to blend really nicely so that it doesn't look cakey. I find that whenever foundations look cakey, it's probably because you didn't blend it enough. So just make sure you get in there and you blend it. And usually with one layer with this foundation, I feel like it gives me a full coverage. So this side of my face, I have just one layer of the foundation on, and it really does cover up so much. And now on my other side, I just have some concealer on. You can still see some of my pores. It's just some like discoloration and stuff. So it really does a good job with just one layer, and it looks pretty natural still. Again, same thing. I'm just gonna dot it on my face and blend it out. So here's my face after one full layer of foundation all over my face. If you just look up close, it almost looks as if you're just wearing a little bit of powder. Not too cakey, but still covering majority of the stuff. For the sake of this video, I want to show you guys just another layer of the foundation. So for those of you who want to see how this foundation looks when you put on another layer to see how full the coverage can get, I'm just going to show you guys, but usually I just do one layer and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to put any more on my forehead because I don't feel like I need the coverage. I like to add a little bit of contour, but usually my contour is super natural and it doesn't show up too much, so I'm just gonna skip that for today and go on with my blush. The blush I have really been liking is this Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Exposed. I've really been liking how this looks, and it has a matte finish, so no shimmers, and then pop it on my cheeks. I really tried to be generous with my blush, so there's one cheek. And the other side. Now I'm just gonna finish off these pale lips with a gloss. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Plexi Gloss in 104. I've been really liking this color. It just looks like my lips, but better. I feel like it pulls a whole look together because you just look so much more healthy. I think I make the ugliest faces when I'm putting on lip gloss. So here it is. Don't you guys agree on how it just makes your face look healthier and just more radiant? Really been liking this gloss. All right, everyone, so that is my foundation routine. If any of you out there have a really good foundation that you think is like a good price, or you think that people would really enjoy, make sure you comment it in the comments down below so that you can help someone out and help me out. I would really like to try other foundations that are cheaper and like test it out for you guys. So please let me know. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next one.